holidays, everyone. I'm Cindy Shu. Welcome to Better Together as we celebrate the season. We are so glad you're sharing part of your holiday with us as we look back at some of the amazing stories and events from this past year that really bring home why we are better together. Now, hopefully your Christmas stockings have been hung with care and holiday lights are burning bright as we celebrate Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. As for other holiday decorations, CBS News New York's Hannah Klieger introduces us to a young man whose love for all things holiday has taken seasonal decorating to a whole new level.
Everyone's got their way to light up the darkness. For 23-year-old Austin Ferrazano, this is it.
I do it for almost every holiday. Pretty. Thank you. I do it for almost every holiday, yes. This is my 10th year doing it. Each year it gets more extravagant, and as it gets more extravagant, the more work and time and effort goes into it.
It comes at the cost of meticulous planning. For 4 months out of the year, decorating his own home is his full-time job.
This is planned years in advance.
3 years ago, he realized his biggest source of inspiration was just a 20-minute walk away. So he called up one of the most revered mechanical display makers in the world. That call changed his hobby into a professional dream.
This man has been in business for close to 60 years, building animated holiday displays, and I am lucky enough to be learning under him as an apprentice. I've never met a man so passionate about the work that he does.
Because two hands are better than one, and with their heads put together, Austin has a living encyclopedia of experience in Lou Nasty.
It's always a lot of fun working on these things. You start with nothing and you see things come to life.
Everything in Lou's workshop takes on a life of its own. That's why he's known as Brooklyn's Geppetto. And these are all his Pinocchios. His mechanical creations have danced and enthralled visitors at department store displays for decades.
I started this company. I have no education. I'm a high school graduate. I know how to do it. I can animate anything.
Hi, my name is Rudolph.
And he sees himself in Austin. Years from now, when Lou plans to retire, the reins of these reindeer will hopefully go to the younger generation. Back at home, the work is cut out for him. Fueled by a need to thrill with his own creations, Austin goes to work. There are only 5 weeks left till Christmas, and the neighborhood waiting to see this year's enchanting displays. Because for him, it's not just a labor of love, it's a community investment. Data from the National Retail Federation shows that the average American spends around $260 on holiday decorations, while Austin's electric bill alone measures into the thousands. Why on earth do you put so much work into this?
Sometimes you don't have to know why. You just see the reactions from people and how happy it makes them.
As night falls and December nears, the North Pole comes alive once more in this little corner of Brooklyn.
Happy holidays. I'm Christy Kalishian, and I'm so happy to be with you to celebrate this season. One thing that's really important this time of year is sharing. It could be as simple as sharing your time, your energy, your spirit, and it can really brighten people's day. Just as we saw recently during a very important day just before the holidays, Veterans Day, during a special lunch for our veterans.
I'm Mr. Udine.
Vietnam War veteran Jahi Shakur is reminiscing as he looks through the infantry manual from his time in the Army, 1973 to 1976.
We all fought for this country, you know what I mean? And it's always good to give back to the community. to help others.
He's enjoying a special Veterans Day lunch with fellow veterans in his Newark apartment building. It's not every day they get to eat lunch together. Some receive free meals, ingredients, and fresh produce every month from senior boxes, courtesy of the Community Food Bank of New Jersey.
We know that 1 in 9 veterans in this country are food insecure. That's a very large number. A lot of people who are in the active military actually are food insecure as well, which people don't really realize, but the starting salaries there are fairly low.
Employees and volunteers at the Community Food Bank's warehouse in Hillside are collecting not just food, but other necessities and household items for distribution. And the organization doesn't only provide tangible items.
The veterans that we serve, we are helping them get more sustainable lives. So whether that's referring people to job training or helping them apply for some benefits for which they might be eligible.
Especially as those who may need it most often find it hard to ask for a helping hand.
Pride, you know. It's your pride, you know what I mean? You want to do everything for self. You don't want help unless you really need it.
But these vets don't hesitate to express their gratitude.
Thank you very much. What could you say? You know, I just appreciate the help.
Thank you, veterans.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Give me some right here. Here we go!
You can sense the sense of community.
If someone wants to receive the message, that's cool. Some people aren't ready to receive the message, and that's okay too. It's all love either way.
Welcome back to Celebrate the Season. For all of us here at CBS News New York, the holiday season coincides with our season of giving. We've been working closely with the Community Food Bank of New Jersey and New York's Common Pantry for the last 3 years, helping families and individuals struggling with food insecurity. It has been an incredible privilege to be able to serve the community in this way, deeply touching colleagues and friends.
Give me some right here. Here we go!
You can sense the sense of community.
What did you think of this day?
It was amazing, seeing the community come together, bring all this food.
That enthusiasm doesn't even begin to capture the joy and generosity that filled the air and the parking lots and especially the boxes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
18.
hits my heart as you get older to realize, there's a lot of people out there that need help.
I'm feeling like I'm doing something, I'm helping someone.
We brought a turkey and like 3 or 4 cans of beans.
I think it's important for them also to know there's other families out there that don't have the things that we have.
I've always donated here and just thrilled you do it.
And it's that heart that beats in the communities that fuels these drives. The tally from this year reflect that pure kindness. Nearly 5,000 turkeys were donated, along with almost 64,000 pounds of food. And just about $40,000 in cash was collected. And all those stats up from last year.
The turnout this morning has been incredible.
It's so important to volunteer and give back to the community we serve.
We estimate about 1 in 9 people in New Jersey has food insecurity.
It has been a tour de force of charity.
Does it make you feel good?
Yeah.
We are thankful for you.
You saw the smiles on the faces for the turkey delivery. We haven't been able to wipe them off our faces since we got here.
I'm Nick Calloway, wishing you all a great holiday season. We are proud of our partnership with the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. And beyond the thousands of families they help to feed, they also offer some vital job training. For some, it's a second chance. At the Community Food Bank of New Jersey's warehouse in Hillside, Monroe Reed is busy at work, using a forklift and other heavy equipment to move pallets of food from point A to point B. For Reed, it's an opportunity he once thought was out of reach.
This is a good program, especially for people like me that's coming out and they just want to try something new with their life.
Reed was incarcerated not that long ago. When he was released, he discovered the Community Food Bank offers a job training program that teaches warehouse logistics.
The last thing you want to do is hop off the machine when it's moving.
Students get the knowledge they need in the classroom, plus hands-on training in the warehouse. Reed graduated almost a year ago and got a job right here at the food bank. Warehousing and distribution jobs are in demand. Workforce Development Director Elaine Sanders says graduates of the 8-week program can get jobs right away.
We're helping to change the lives of New Jerseyans through education so that we can shorten the lives that they no longer need a food pantry.
This program is open to just about anyone. The only requirements are you have to be 18 or older and a resident of New Jersey. For Monroe Reed, he got more than a job. He found a career and a community.
To be able to sit down and eat with them, to go on little vacations and to do things I've never experienced actually in my life, and to do it with my co-workers here that I consider family, I'm thankful for that.
He also gets to be an inspiration for new students, proving it's never too late to pick up a new skill.
I'm Jennifer McLogan, wishing you all a wonderful holiday. And now for a different kind of job training. This one for young students, given a unique opportunity to fill vital positions in the medical field.
I had fun today. I think it really just helped me learn more about what I want to be.
What's something that you noticed?
13-year-old Jeremy Andal admitted being filled with butterflies as he joined students from all over New York, getting hands-on experience from real doctors at Stony Brook Medicine's Youth Summit.
Works better whenever you're relaxed.
Originally, I wanted to be a pilot, but now I'm considering being a doctor.
Right over here. Sponsored by Black Men in White Codes, raising awareness of the critical need for more doctors of color, a topic of national concern.
I'm very, very excited. This year we reached the boroughs of New York City all the way to the Hamptons.
Dr. Wilfred Farquharson of Stony Brook Medicine mentors youth.
To be inspired by people that speak the same language that they do, to be able to connect with them, and really where they can see, I can be that one day.
Only 5.7% of physicians in the United States identify as Black or African American, according to data from the Association of American Medical Colleges.
You're here, right? It's beating. Yeah. I want to help my parents, as they grow older.
I want to be in the emergency department.
I want to be a psychologist and astronomer in human behavior, how people act and think.
Inspiration seemed to grow by the minute.
Our panel discussions, we had a lot of questions about what is the application process like, what the finances look like, our work-life balance, and how we manage medical school with having a personal and social life.
After many hours, Jeremy Andal said he discovered his dream.
I think eye doctor.
We have lots more ahead. Thousands of people hundreds of miles, and so much money raised.
You can't be the ice cream lady without the wheels to get around. And just 2 months ago, her truck was destroyed in a fire.
Thousands of people, hundreds of miles, and so much money raised for so many important causes.
Where do we stand right now, dollar-wise?
$870,000 and still counting.
And she's still counting.
But just as important, it's about community, support, and coming together to be better together.
It is such an honor to bring you the bead ceremony again this year.
CBS New York is so proud to help sponsor this event. Look at this crowd. We are thrilled and amazed.
Get your Brex exam because early detection saves lives.
The fundraising goal this year, $735,000.
There are so many beautiful things that we just need to open our eyes to and start noticing them.
We aim to share stories of resilience and connection that warm your heart. And in a small corner of a local landscape, one such story unfolds. It's the story of an adventurer who refuses to let physical limitations confine his spirit.
The sun was already high in the sky when we arrived at Ridge Road Park. It's a park that breeds a special kind of resilience and spirit. A spirit personified by this adventurer ready for his next challenge.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Everyone here at Westchester Parks Foundation believes that parks are for everyone.
This nonprofit created a program called Trails Without Limits using a special all-terrain wheelchair. Kevin Lang is hitting the trail.
Ever since I was a little kid, I loved exploring nature and being outdoors.
Action Track Chair is a robust machine ready to tackle the rough terrain. It hums quietly as it powers over the rocky trail, the tank-style tracks gripping the rocks with sturdy assurance. Kevin searches out those rugged parts.
Those are some of the best parts. Like this one, like you just see a little rock, you just want to go over it.
Kevin is 62 and an outdoorsman. He hasn't always been a quadriplegic. 5 years ago, his life changed.
I was running trails over at Rockefeller, skiing and snowboarding in the wintertime in Vermont. And I had friends that were very good mountain bikers, and they were always imploring me to come away with them on their mountain biking trips. And I finally took them up on it. I was on a raised part of the trail, and I just went over the handlebars and hit my head. And it was strange, like it felt like a lightning bolt went through my body, and instantly I couldn't move anymore.
But his love for adventure never waned. It just morphed into something new, but equally inspiring.
I just kept thinking back to how I lived already for 57 years, and I've done so much and I've enjoyed so much of life. I don't really feel bad about where I'm at right now. There's a lot of stuff I can still do. It's just different than what it was when I was walking with my two legs. I hear the birds. That part of my life isn't gone for good. I can still come out here and listen to the birds.
Despite the adversities, Kevin has found his way back to his passion.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake.
He adapted, evolved, more importantly, hadn't given up. In the face of challenges, he found courage. In the face of loss, he found hope. In the face of change, a new trail.
Nature has the benefit of improving our mental well-being and our physical health.
I don't know where these trails go, so I'm exploring again. Every turn I'm going someplace I haven't seen before.
He serves as a reminder that we are all capable of far more than we imagine. And as long as we keep going, the trail will always be there, waiting for us.
And continuing in the spirit of not letting anything stop us, CBS News New York's Bronx reporter Shosh Bedrosian introduces us to an adaptive cycling club and highlights the tremendous impact it's had on the riders.
It's my riding name, and they call me Bulldog because I got that face of a bulldog.
There is no challenge Nelson Ortega can't take on.
I used to do 80 miles a day.
Even during his biggest
Then
obstacles.
you put your right leg up here. I lost my leg 3 years ago to diabetes. I could be an alcoholic, or I could have committed suicide without this program.
Ortega says he got his life back the minute he got onto this specialized bike where he uses his hands and arms to pedal.
This is what you look for, the hills.
It's all thanks to a new free adaptive cycling program happening in St. Mary's Park in the Bronx and citywide in partnership with Achilles International and City Bike. All bikes are provided on site and are adjusted based on a rider's needs.
Every kind of disability is welcome at Achilles. Having workouts in all 5 boroughs across the city like this every single week is really life-changing.
All riders need to do is show up, which some say is the hardest part.
I used to come out and just look. So little by little, I got involved. You know, I wanted to be a part of it.
Bronx resident Jem Sharman-Still lost her leg to COVID-19 in 2020 and says that moment taught her the beauty in life.
I developed blood clots in my leg, and I ended up on a ventilator. I didn't have to have this opportunity. I could have been a vegetable. I could have been dead. Sometimes it's a struggle, but you have to push forward.
Participants say coming here is a liberating feeling. They say by joining this program with Achilles has given them a brand new appreciation and outlook on life.
I'm a new person, and guess what? I ain't give up. I'm still out here biking, and I'm gonna continue until the day I drop.
Stay with us. We have lots more to celebrate.
Do I look taller or shorter on TV?
Taller.
Civic responsibility, giving back, putting the we before me. Those are some of the primary tenets at this school.
Welcome back to Better Together as we celebrate this season. We hope you're enjoying time with family and friends, or even finding quiet reflection in the goodness of the holidays. Community outreach is central to our Better Together mission here at CBS News New York, to speak directly with members of the community, understand their issues and their needs. This past summer, we had a great day meeting our Brooklyn neighbors. This year, we hit the streets with a new pop-up newsroom program for some valuable neighborhood face-to-face time.
Look at this guy. Look at that cute.
We set up shop in Brighton Beach and met some incredible people and gleaned important insight into what sustains them and their communities.
You want me to write a story idea?
Please do. That's why we're here.
I watch you all the time, John.
You do?
Yes, I do.
We think it's important too, so we want to hear from you.
Do I look taller or shorter on TV?
Taller.
I look taller on TV.
Be sure to watch for more pop-up newsrooms coming to a neighborhood near you.
I hope you're having a great holiday. I'm Elle McLogan. Community is a theme that's central to so much of our reporting, highlighting how we truly are better together. And when it comes to our community gardens, it's volunteers who help these cherished spaces flourish. Earlier this year, we met one such volunteer who gardens with pride.
A mouse got stuck in the compost bin.
Can we pull him out the front way, or?
Stay still, Buster. Nobody wants to hurt you.
Jewel Hall knows what it means to be trapped behind bars. He spent 22 years in prison.
He is really trying to get through a small hole.
Hall hadn't planned for a rescue mission on his commute from work at the Innocence Project. A favorite part of his Woodside apartment is the living room window.
By the way, this tree is my best friend. It could tell you a lot about me. The prison I was in maybe had another cell block where this tree is, so it will block my view of anything else. But it's amazing how time turns around, and I'm now at this space where I have a beautiful view that I enjoy.
Hall is one of thousands of volunteer community gardeners helping to grow a greener New York City. On the agenda today at New Roots Gardens on 69th Street
is compost. People drop off their food scraps.
As a kid, Hall spent time in his grandmother's garden.
She used to have me peeling peas and shucking corn. And
he didn't get his hands back in the soil until after release.
I went to prison when I was 17 years old.
He threw himself into reading and studying.
There were so many times where I lost hope and I cried alone in my cell for something to change. But the thing about being resilient, and I think this is something that you'll see with many of the people from my generation who experienced what's called mass incarceration, is that you go to a depth of despair, but you rise back up.
After release, he found work right away. He calls himself the exception.
What's one thing that you would change about the system, if you could?
The lack of humanity.
He watches others struggle to reintegrate, forced to contend with their past again and again.
He's the king of dates.
Thank you. Hall is grateful for the community he finds at the garden, including a mouse.
One more.
Oh, he did it. He did it.
Back to the first job.
Is there ever a bad time for ice cream? Happy holidays, everyone. I'm John Diaz, and we're so glad you're here to take a look back at some of our favorite stories. And the next one is about an ice cream lady that everyone loves, and the community that came together and rallied behind her after a devastating fire to make sure her truck was still there for her. It's a story that will warm your heart no matter the season.
This is no ordinary truck, and Monica Pitarecki is no ordinary driver.
I have this downloaded.
Yep, that gives it away. Pitarecki is the ice cream lady.
I love the kids.
She's now in her 5th season and busier than ever.
It could be 200 to 300 cases a week.
Most of the time, she caters to appointments only, ice cream on demand. Now, it depends on the day how far Monica drives. Some days it could just be 1 mile, other days 50. Which goes to show you can't be the ice cream lady without the wheels to get around. And just 2 months ago, her truck was destroyed in a fire while parked next to her Paramus home.
So this fire happened right before my crush time.
The fire even spread to her house, but while insurance is covering most of that damage, it's not covering her truck. However, the community she serves didn't let her dreams melt away.
And all of a sudden I see my Venmo keeps coming with notifications.
Adults and kids stepping up. Students at Ridge Ranch School started up a virtual ice cream sale for her.
$10, $20, $50, like constantly, all day.
And 3 GoFundMe pages were also created, raising a total of $25,000, enough to buy this new truck.
I was speechless. I never realized the impact I had on this community.
Stay tuned. There's lots more to celebrate ahead.
I want him home with his family. I always thought about that.
I look forward to this moment so long. Now it's finally here.
Unclutter your life and just have some fun. Come on, Cindy, you're next.
You go. Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to Better Together as we celebrate the season. This is a time of reflecting and finding gratitude for what we've accomplished and learned during this past year. And for me professionally, I am always thankful for the opportunity to be with all of you. And I'm especially grateful that I'm able to share some of my most personal experiences. And that's the case for our Breaking the Stigma segments and specials. In 4 separate shows this past year, we took a deep dive into areas surrounding mental health that affect so many of us, sharing the stories of those facing challenges and highlighting the treatments and programs that are providing hope for so many. We looked at loneliness and the tremendous impact it can have on our mental health. Has anyone experienced loneliness? Let's see hands. Wow, all of you. In another show, we explored themes of how workplace and financial stress can impact our mental health. What is a well building?
It's a space that has thought about all of the different ways in which physical environments like design, operations, and maintenance, and social environments can improve the health and well-being of the people inside.
Our third Breaking the Stigma special tackled the very timely conversation about how mental health is impacted by technology.
Do you think you spend too much time on social media?
Absolutely. Doom scrolling at 2 a.m. is just delightful.
All that stuff is not really good for me.
And finally, a look at some hope and solutions in mental health programs and treatments filled out our 4th show. Experts shared advice and treatment options, along with others who have lived experience and offered their own perspectives.
I've struggled all my life with, depression and things like that. And I've gotten a lot of help from just letting go and admitting that there's a problem.
Hope also came from a most unlikely source, from the middle of a New York City landmark.
Before I get up here, it's always an anxious feeling. Thank you. Have a blessed day. I wait for the people to engage with me.
It's a cool message.
If someone wants to receive the message, that's cool. Some people aren't ready to receive the message, and that's okay too. It's all love either way.
A reminder to always be ready to find joy. It can pop up in the most unlikely places. And always take care of your mental health. And know the bravest thing you can do is to reach out for help when you need it.
Happy holidays, everyone. I'm Jenna DeAngelis. Earlier this year, I was lucky enough to cover an amazing exchange student from Turkey who shared his considerable musical gift with his adopted community and new extended family. It's a beautiful example of how everyone was grateful to be touched by talent and humanity. Whether watching his fingers glide across the keyboard or hearing emotions echo through each note, you can feel Mert Ozer's passion for performing.
I just love hearing people sing along with me.
And music is how he feels most connected.
No matter which language you speak, or if you see them or not, it's a way of feeling.
The 17-year-old was born blind. This is self-taught.
I have perfect pitch, which basically allows me to play anything after I hear it.
For the past 10 months, he's been sharing his gift here in New Jersey as an AFS USA exchange student from Turkey.
Let the world pass by forever.
He's here through the U.S. Department of State's YES program, which gives high school students from countries with significant Muslim populations a chance to study in the U.S. for an academic year. His home away from home has been in Oakland with Ann Ford, who became more than a host parent.
He calls me Mom.
The two have built a close bond.
I was born with a hearing impairment, so I'm totally deaf from behind. So I think he feels valued with me.
It's been the best year of my life.
His impact on the community evident by all present at his going home party, including his friends and teachers at Indian Hills High School.
I think that what we should all take away, that disability is a singular word, that we need to look at abilities, we need to look at the person, and that everyone has something to teach.
And although he's going home this week, in the words of his favorite singer, Charlie Puth, he's only one call away and leaving with the best memories.
Is it the best day ever?
It is.
Another lesson in gratitude and forgiveness also played out earlier this year. The victim of a horrific crime advocates for the release of the man convicted of committing it. Their long-awaited meeting, a true lesson in kindness and compassion, the embodiment of better together. On a raw October day at Sing Sing Penitentiary in Ossining, New York, David Harrion stepped outside the gates, a free man after 26 years. Yeah! His daughter, Takira Brooks, there to greet him.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! Oh,
She said she had not hugged her father like that since she was 2 years old.
And I just felt like a child again.
Harrion was granted clemency, his 45-year sentence commuted.
That's your grandpa? That's your grandpa? Yeah!
He and co-defendant Michael Flournoy were convicted in the 1996 shooting of a 42-year-old Brooklyn woman. Flournoy's sentence had been commuted several years earlier.
Thanks to my lawyers.
Yes. Thank you.
They made this possible. And thanks to the governor, she made this possible.
Katrina Shimborski-Wolfcott is Harrion's attorney.
Finally. Should have been many years ago. It just feels so good. It feels so wholesome. I'm happy. I'm trying not to cry, but I'm so happy. Like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm like overwhelmed happy. Like, whoa.
Harrion and Flournoy were found guilty in the shooting that nearly ended Carolyn Jones' life. She was struck in the head by a stray bullet as she was leaving the Evening Star Baptist Church in Bed-Stuy with her husband. I actually covered that shooting for CBS 2 all those years ago. As they were about to get in their car, a spray of bullets came flying. But despite decades of a painful recovery, it was Jones who lobbied for their release.
I wanted him home with his family. I always thought about that.
I look forward to this moment for so long, you know? Now it's finally here.
And so several weeks after leaving prison, Harrion and Jones have the reunion that each had prayed for.
finally.
Finally.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you're home.
Thank you.
Enjoying your family.
Yes, ma'am. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I sat in penitentiary.
I prayed for it to happen.
And I felt your prayers.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
God bless you
And
again and again and again and again.
Joan says she credits her dedication to God and her church for strength and especially for the power to forgive, though she adds her rehabilitation has been ongoing and difficult.
I'm working on my sight, and I have a tendency to my attention spans is real short too.
Mrs. Jones cared about David coming home. All she knew was somebody is still incarcerated for what happened to me on that night, and everybody needs to come home whether they did it or not.
For now, all say they are grateful for freedom and for family, their own and now the one formed by this very unique bond.
To even think of the things that he's experiencing now is awesome. Yes, it's good for him to be home.
I waited so long for this. And now that it's here, it's like I'm speechless, but I am definitely grateful. I am definitely humble, and I love this lady. And I pray that we get to continue on a road to recovery, both of us.
Coming up.
Greenwich 49, White Plains 50.
It was just thinking about the history of Central Park, thinking about the history of Woolman Rink, and the things that put a smile on your face when you think about those kind of classic moments.
Happy holiday and welcome back as we celebrate the season. Now, throughout the school year, our very own Chris Raggi highlights some incredible students and teachers and programs that embody the spirit of fun and learning and community. It's a class act all the way. Here's a look back.
This may in fact be our biggest and best class act ever. Morristown, New Jersey, hello! I told you we were going to kick it, and we're kicking it.
This is how we roll every
every day. Motown is better than your town.
Honestly, I just love everyone, and I love being able to volunteer with them and make the community a better place.
Civic responsibility, giving back, putting the we before me. Those are some of the primary tenets at this school.
Our students and our staff, they always rise to the occasion, so I'm really happy that we were able to showcase ourselves today.
They're so fired up. We love it.
Their diversity and their ability to coexist and accept each other for who they are is truly remarkable.
We just have such a huge sense of community and diversity in the program. There's really a place for everybody.
We want to welcome you to what is one of the shining stars in the Newark public school system.
We are rocking out. The talent is something that you can't measure.
This isn't just an arts high school. Athletically, this place can do some things as well.
Yeah, we've been pretty good for the last 4 years. We've been doing pretty good in the state.
Good morning, Oyster Bay.
We have some competition. Oyster Bay has their very own morning show, Bay News Now.
And that's your news this morning.
The kids watch Bay News Now every day. They see other kids on camera and they're like, hey, I want to do that.
We've got engineering classes, we've got robotics. The stuff that we have now looks nothing like the high school of 40 years ago.
It has been a Class Act Friday for the ages. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Jessie Mitchell. I hope everyone is enjoying a wonderful holiday season. Ice skating is one of the many winter joys, so as friends and families gather together for this annual tradition, you may find yourself in the company of some newly painted murals celebrating smiles and inclusivity at one of New York's most iconic rinks. Few things mark the fall like the falling leaves in Central Park or the sounds of skates on ice. This season at Woolman Ice Rink, guests are greeted by smiling faces, welcoming skaters of all ages, races, and backgrounds. 4 of the facility's walls feature new designs by students at Harlem School of the Arts.
It just seems so natural for me to put people who I see every day into this mural.
This is their 3rd year working with Woolman, but the first they've been entrusted with every artistic interpretation under the guidance of comic book artist A.K. Lovelace.
It was just thinking about the history of Central Park, thinking about the history of Woolman Rink, and the things that put a smile on your face when you think about those kind of classic moments.
Marley Alvarez is the mind behind this design.
I kind of wanted to have a sort of nighttime, but also a kind of fantasy vibe with like bright lights to like the emotions that people are feeling, like how you feel all like the fun and the warmth, even though it's cold outside.
It's just a great, different opportunity. Like, this isn't something that people my age get to do all the time. I'm really lucky.
Taylor Denby's thoughtful hot chocolate moment in the cafe introduces you to the new igloos offered for rental at the rink.
Shout out to the igloos, yes.
We are skating into our 75th year. 2025 will be 75 years of skating at Woolman Rink, which is so unbelievably gigantic if you look at how things come and go in New York.
The mural's messages make the landmark's mission clear. This year, you can also access free rink time, reserving a culture pass with your library card.
And while students lent their considerable artistic talents to these wonderful public spaces for World Kids Day, marked by Nickelodeon and their Take Charge program, some younger kids took over part of our broadcast to show who really runs the world.
Today's a special day. It's World Children's Day, and Nickelodeon is a partner, owns Paramount, also owns this station. They had a Kids Take Charge challenge, and this is Milan, and you won.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you want to help me do a little weather?
Sure.
And she killed it, calm and in control.
Greenwich 49, White Plains 50,
And how about Poughkeepsie? What's it looking like out there?
45 degrees.
But her real journalistic chops came out as she sat with me on the couch.
Normally, when, I have a guest on the couch, I'm normally interviewing them, but we are going to flip the table and we're going to have you interview me.
What's your favorite snack to eat while working? If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Meet any famous person, past or present. Who is it? What's the most important thing you need to be the best news anchor ever? Dogs or cats?
Dogs. How about you?
Yeah, I like dogs. I have a dog named Clover.
Oh, I have one named Lilo.
Oh.
How great is she? Thank you so much.
Seeing all these kids in action can reassure us that we'll be in good hands in the future. We'll be right back.
Start young and watch them grow into kids who care and want to help.
Help my mommy put a garbage out. Give somebody money.
to celebrate the season. Several months ago, we started a new tradition here at CBS News New York, and that was to bring a bit of positivity to our broadcast day by offering little tips and insights for some easy and fun, uplifting practices. We call it Start with Kindness. Sometimes they're as simple as a cute or funny animal video.
You're gonna do great this week.
And you know we all love those. So cute!
They rescue you
That is so
as
true.
much or more than you rescue them.
Other days, they're legit activities to help jumpstart your day with confidence and positive attitude.
When I wake up in the morning and I go into the bathroom, I look at myself in the mirror and I tell myself, you got this.
We feature art exhibitions that you can weave into your daily journey, and sometimes just a quote to offer a little perspective. If you're a perfectionist and everything has to be just right, here's a quote from Marilyn Monroe. Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Insights come from an amazing cross-section of people, and it's always so interesting to hear what kindness means to them.
We're kind today because tomorrow might not be here.
Reach out when you're thinking of someone, even if they just pop into your head.
Something else that makes Start with Kindness so special to me is the depth of thoughtfulness from my colleagues here at the Broadcast Center.
These poker chips are kind of like my little secret tool to focus.
It's much healthier for me to actually spend the first 30 minutes of my day just waking up slowly.
I think the stories that bring a smile to someone's face sticks with me for a very long time.
But it's our very own John Elliott, the living embodiment of kindness, who always steals the show.
Unclutter your life and just have some fun. Come on, Cindy, you're next.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to be here forever. Bye.
Happy holidays, everyone. I'm Carolyn Gussoff. School's out for the year, but lessons in kindness are appropriate any time of year. For a group of little ones, learning about this can be a vital life lesson that hopefully will transcend the classroom.
What does it mean to volunteer? It means to help.
Reading, writing, and philanthropy, it's a big word for little people.
What do you think you could do to make a difference in the world?
But early educators at the Learning Experience in Huntington think it's never too soon to kindle kindness.
I don't ever think that it's too young to start teaching them. Just helping a friend that may need to hold your hand. Maybe a friend needs help getting something out of their cubby. So it is something that is teachable.
Friends at school show kindness.
It's more than manners, it's what they call their philanthropy curriculum to color a better world. Start young and watch them grow into kids who care and want to help.
Help my mommy put a garbage out. Get somebody money.
That's very kind.
Help at the firehouse.
Help at the firehouse?
Let's give.
Through songs and stories, vocabulary words, a new one each month, and a focus on giving.
You like to share your toys?
They begin to learn the world is not just about them.
We're teaching them how to think about others, how to give back, how to consider a different person's life. Teaching children to share what we have with the rest of the world and to consider other perspectives is all part of philanthropy.
And with characters big and small called Grace and Charity, they learn they're not too small to make a difference.
It doesn't matter how big or small you are, it's the size of your heart that matters.
Basically, it's teaching our children to just be good humans out in the world.
The next word all the kids will learn here is hope, and it's the hope of educators. They'll enter kindergarten pre-schooled in kindness.
Thank you so much for spending part of your holiday with us. We hope you enjoyed this look back at the stories and people that help us all be better together. I'm Cindy Hsu, and from everyone here at CBS News New York, we wish you peace and joy and a wonderful holiday season.